Hey guys, welcome back to Everything Entertainment. Guys, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my videos. I will really appreciate it. Guys, in today's video, I'm gonna be speaking about how ANC thinks that 41% of unemployment in South Africa is not a crisis. Oh my goodness. One thing about the ANC, they despise South Africans so much because of how can you literally boast about 31% not being a crisis, and you are sitting there refusing the stats that is saying kuti, like, we have 41% of unemployment rate in South Africa. This is crazy, guys. I feel like ANC is the worst thing formed against South Africans. I don't want to lie. No. There is no way. This is what our grandfathers and grandmothers fought for. Wow. ANC is literally working overtime to disappoint South Africans. Guys, I am so shocked. How can you think that? Like, as an adult sitting in a parliament uttering those words to say, "Kuti, like, unemployment in South Africa is not a crisis." Yeah, but Sana, without rambling too much, I'm gonna post the video here. I will back with the rest of my commentary.
Honorable Chairperson, when Stats SA publishes their stats, they take out the narrow definition, which is the 32.9%. And they further indicate that what makes them exclude the expanded definition, because the expanded definition takes into account somebody who is of the age of who can work but who decides not to work. There are homemakers there who prefer not to work. Yeah. There are people who have not actively gone to seek an employment. So you cannot even include those people. If you put that 9%, it means you are also putting people who prefer. There are housewives, housemen, husbands who prefer not, but they are within the age limit of a person that is defined to be between the age of 16 and 65, who is a person that can be in the active work. So if we say we are going to include all that, we are going to miss the mark. We can use it for our own politicking and arguing and think that we want to project a crisis in the country, which is not correct, and it is not something that we should be pursuing. But we should be sticking to what the official statistics are, and the official statistics are the 32.9%.
Okay. It has Palai notes for your teaching. Dilute. Please write the notes.
I wanted to clarify something, Chair, on this thing of people that are deliberately not looking for on people that are unemployed, that are deliberately not looking forward. It's not true, Chair.
Okay.
There are people of the statistics, Chair.
Let's do like
there are
this.
people that have given up work but are able to work. There are 2.2 million. How many people in South Africa are unemployed?
Honorable President.
In terms of the numbers, and you can't say it's not a crisis, Chair.
Honorable President. Honorable Mode.
Yeah, Chair. Why wouldn't want to use the expanded? It's for the fact that it is clearly stated, been recorded, and it's accounted for. No, informal sector is not a crisis. It's not. Don't talk behind my back and say it's a crisis to be in informal sector. It's because people have created their own opportunities. They've seen opportunities elsewhere. Now, where I come from, somebody was just saying, I've been to Limpopo, blah, blah, and it looks like everybody's stealing there because there are big houses everywhere. No. It's because those people, majority of them are actually involved in this informal sector. which is not accounted for in the economy. So that does not necessarily mean it's a crisis if people are working for themselves in the informal economy. So I'm saying let's deal with let's leave out this expanded explanation of unemployment in the country and deal with this one that we can all agree on, because we don't know what those people are doing when they are not really in their offices or in workplaces. Look at the definition of what it means expanded. It includes people who are discouraged to look for work. It includes people who are engaged in informal sector, which is not accounted for. Now, people who are in the informal sector does not necessarily that they are not economically active. They are active, but not in a way that is where it is regarded to be formal economic activity. Thanks, Chair.
Thanks, Honorable Squatty. Honorable Mauta.
Thank you, Chair. I don't know why we want to politic when Stats SA gives you two things. One, they say it's unemployed, and then the one they say it's expanded. And they give you reasons why they call it expanded. You find 3.5 million people who are discouraged job seekers because they've been looking forever. And they are now hopeless. They're discouraged, but that doesn't make them employed. They are still unemployed. But they're discouraged because what else can they do? You leave the village, you don't have anything. You have to go to town to look for work. When you get to town, you must eat, you must pay electricity, you must pay rent, you end up going back to the village because you can't sustain being in town and you're not working. So I say they must be excluded, those people. It's incorrect. And we're stating a fact that there is expanded unemployment definition, which gives you this certain scenario which is different. We're not doing this for campaigning or electioneering. It is a fact. It is given by an institution of the state, which is Stats SA, which is commissioned to do exactly that. So I don't know why we're debating, because we can just put it here and say, according to Stats SA, this is expanded unemployment, sitting at this percentage and this number of our people. But for us to want to sugarcoat it, and I don't know for what, because it's a fact, it is out there, and our people know about it, Chair. I submit that let's put expanded. It's got nothing to do with us. It is what it is. That is the current situation we're faced with. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Mlifa.
Chair, unemployment is a crisis in South Africa. Even if we take the narrow definition at 32%, it's still a crisis. And I think maybe we should acknowledge it here. But the 41%, according to Stats SA, is people who are discouraged, not necessarily having informal business and so on, but they've been looking for work for so long that now they are discouraged. They don't even have the energy to go and look for work again. I don't know if this committee should now spit in those people's faces and say, yeah, Lena, you were unemployed and now you are discouraged and so on, and we no longer count you. No, Chair, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right if those people are listening now at home that we are about to say that they don't matter, they should not be in that statistic, they should not be part of the problem that needs to be solved. The problem that needs to be solved is a 41% problem, Chair. It's not less than 41%. And if we reduce it, because we don't want to make it look like a crisis, even at 32%, it's a crisis. The sooner we accept that we have a problem, it's the first step of getting a solution, is accepting that we have a problem. We are now behaving like an alcoholic who's saying, no, I only had 2 beers, I'm not an alcoholic. So, Chair, let's be conservative in the way in which we approach this thing. If we resolve a problem for 41% unemployment and it turns out that in reality it was 32%, it's fine. But if we resolve a problem at 32% and find out that the real number is actually 41%, then we have a big problem because we understated our problem. Let us not mask our difficulties. Let us not tell our people lies. Let us tell it as it is. Unemployment is 41%, and it includes people who are discouraged. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks. Honorable Scott.
Chair, let's not play semantics here, because you might be on the television. Let it be clear, Chair, that when we're talking about economic growth, we're not talking about economic growth that will only involve 32%. We're talking about economic growth that will be able to be inclusive of all South Africans. Now, but here we're talking about a particular phenomenon where we are talking about whether the South African economy and the fiscals of South Africa, are they in a crisis? And we are saying no. And we are saying no because we are able to service our debt. And we are able to still be able to run the social network, the social net. We are still able to make sure that we are providing services to South Africans within the means available. And we are not in a crisis, a fiscal crisis in South Africa, unless you're telling me that we are not able to service our debt. Then we can say, yes, we are in a crisis. But as of now, we do not agree that we are in a fiscal crisis, because we still have a number of options that we can look at in terms of generating more revenue, but we are also able to deal with our own fiscals. We are able to allocate resources to make sure that our people are able to continue to get services. If we're in a fiscal crisis, we would not set aside the R1 trillion in an MTF to be able to allocate. If we are in a fiscal crisis, we would not be able to do that. So, Chair, I would want us to really move on this point, because I think we are just arguing for the sake of arguing, but also playing to the gallery. There is no fundamental, reasons why we should be continuously arguing on something that is not there. There is no crisis in this country. Yes, we've got challenges, but it's not a crisis. Thank you, Chair.
I don't think there's anybody who contested SA's report, detailed as it is. It shows the official figures, the expanded figures. It even goes down to youth unemployment, which is 72. And so let's accept the State SA's report as it is. Yeah. No one contests the expanded figure. No one contests the other definition. No one can contest that the youth unemployment is at 72, which is far above the national average. So let's take the figures as they are, because they are there. Anybody can access those that literature. 610. What is in the State SA? 610. Everything is there, including expanded. We are not taking out anything. We take. No. Let's go to 610, please. There are people who want to live here because they've got flights to catch. Are we agreed?
So as you guys have seen from the video, you guys can see like the settings is in Parliament. They literally are speaking about the issue of unemployment in South Africa. So I know unemployment in South Africa to be at 31%, but now the stat has went up. It is at 41%, but this 41% is for people who are literally like giving up on looking for employment, which is fair enough, because of like it is so emotionally taxing to literally like put your energy into something that you know good, like you're not gonna get it at the end of the day. Guys, like for the fact that the ANC believe good like unemployment rate it's not a crisis, and they literally believe or they literally trust Kuti like it's okay for South Africans to literally work in informal settlement. Like there's nothing wrong about that. People who have worked so hard in universities to obtain their degrees, their honors, they should work in informal settlements according to ANC. It's a normal thing to them. It's okay. I'm so shocked. I am so shocked at this point. Guys, the ANC hates South Africans. There's nobody who's gonna like convince me otherwise. I feel like the debate was giving high school vibe. It was giving like you just wake up and you didn't even prepare. You don't know even what's going on in your country. Like you are not in touch with the stuff that happening in the country, because of how can you sit there and think that unemployment rate is not a crisis in South Africa? That is diabolical to me. Wow. Wow, Sana. I feel like every day ANC is showing us Kuti like we are done with South Africans. We don't care. Are you guys gonna vote for us or what? Go like everything that they say, it's against South Africans. I'm coming to a point of like that is why this issue of illegal immigrants, they don't even show interest in. It is because they believe Kuti like it's okay for illegal foreigners to be in our country. So if these people believe that unemployment rate is not like a crisis in our country, what about crime rate, illegal foreigners, all the issues that we have in the countries? Yeah, guys, I cannot wait for the voting times. Like, I am literally like pissed. I don't want to lie. I'm pissed. How can you choose? I know guys, there are some people who choose to be housewives. It's okay. What about those people who didn't even want to be housewives, but they are forced to because of the situation? So the ANC is saying good to like, there are people who choose to not look for employment. They want to be housewife. What the heck is that? Wow, guys. Wow, wow, wow. 12 million unemployment rate and you are uttering those words? Yeah, this is crazy. South Africans, I hope you guys are watching all of this. I'm not just making these videos for fun or for monetizations. No, I care about my country and I care about the truth. You guys can see where this party is literally lying on. They literally despise South Africans so much. This is crazy business. I just feel like the ANC is not beating the allegation of like as long as they are eating or like as long as their bread is buttered, they don't care about anyone. Like they don't care. I'm so shocked, guys. Like, wow, but please comment down below what you guys think about this video, guys. What could be the reason why the ANC is acting against South Africans? Like everything, they always against us. So please comment down below what you guys think about this video, guys. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. See you guys on my next one. Bye, guys.